Just a heads up. So I'm coming to look at my plants, and I'll take photos of them because I like taking pictures so I can know, if anything was different. But I'll show you some images of what some of the symptoms of phytotoxicity looks like. All right, and I'll do it over a course of a period of time to see if it got worse. Example. This leaf looks green, right? Compare it to this leaf. Oops, it's a darker green. Or even this leaf that looks blackish green. So yes, so this is phytotoxicity. Whatever treatment this is, it's phytotoxic. And essentially I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to go through all the treatments and look to see. Again, do you see that, like the limpness of the leaf? So that's a sign of phytotoxicity. The plant growth team, they gave it nutrients, so that's what that red thing is. It's fertilizer in water, and it's reddish because of the iron in it. Here's like those, whoops. Oh. See if I can, you see how that leaf is like brownish and shriveled? And this one has those white blotches on it. That's also more symptoms. Focus. That one too. I'll put some clips in so you can have a better look. Alright? I can use a chair when I'm going to do my observation because it takes forever sometimes. And then I have a white backdrop. It's just styrofoam. So, for the camera action, I set the plants there, capture it, and things. So once we're done rating, assessing, taking observation, we'll put half in a different growth chamber. Because we're going to do we're testing 2 different conditions to see how they affect the toxicity of the chemicals and how that show up in the wheat plants. So today I'm just going to collect some observation for that phytotoxicity study that I did to see if the chemicals are phytotoxic or toxic to the plants. It's going to be tricky. They've gotten so big. Phytotoxicity, see all of that, all of those dried leaves or burnt leaves. Oh my god, I might have to trim the top ones because it's hard to see. Whoa. These are all signs of phytotoxicity. These water droplets came from the rain simulator system. So some of these are from phytotoxicity, and then some of these are from the plant aging, and also from the leaves hanging in water or fertilizer, because we have to feed them nutrients. So I'm working with a plant that is in the same species like grass. So that also means that like the shape of a leaf or the size are similar to grasses, and they release the same chemical to ward off predators. So like cows, goats, insect, me as a human. So that chemical, it causes you to itch. So I'm going to take my sweater off and put on a disposable lab coat because I'm itching. I think I might be allergic to grass or grass species. Root. So yeah, something about grass species, they tend to have extensive root system that's fibrous, and because this container is too small for its root system, so it starts growing out through the holes that are there for draining the soil. Still no snacking for me. So we have 2 chambers with things. So I'm doing 2 observation capture today. Well, because we're testing 2 different conditions. And this is what I do to cover my unopened drink. Symptoms. Oh, it's hot in here. Just a heads up, the chambers, they are loud. We have a lot of noises in the background going on, and you're going to hear a lot of that today, so just a heads up. So today I'm going to take you through doing an assessment. Since today is the last day of our study, and so at the end we're going to assess all the plants. So I have this chamber and another chamber for phytotoxicity on a severity scale. So the scale I think is from 0 to 5, 0 being no disease, so like the healthy plant or the control, and then 1 blah blah blah. So 5 would be the most severe. So we'll see what here's the phytotoxicity scale, where I said it's a 0 to 5 scale, where 0 is less than 10% symptoms of phytotoxicity. So the plant is either completely unaffected, and there are some symptoms that we're going to look for. Then 1, you'll give that to a plant that has mild phytotoxicity or phyto, that's like 11 to 20%, 2, 21 to 40, 3, 41 to 60%, 4, 61 to 80%, so that's severe, and then 5, 81 to 100% when you have dead plants. And she did include some examples, so hopefully, this is my first time doing it, I didn't create this scale, so hopefully all will go well. So remember, I said that I've never done it before. This is my first time, so I'm going to start with a control because that's going to be the easiest. It's a control because we didn't put any chemicals on it. So when you're doing an experiment, you typically need a control so you can compare it to it. So if you see symptoms, you're like, okay, we didn't put anything on the control. If we know that there is no cross-contamination, then your control should be clean. It shouldn't have any of the symptoms that the other plants have. Assess them. Once I'm done, I'm just going to, at the same time, put it in the compost bin. So we have these bins at the back, and this is where we put our organic waste. So I'm just going to do 1, 2, easy peasy. Oh, it's hard to see. I'm going to leave the more severe ones until the more experienced plant growth team, because they've done it before, come and then I'll get their opinion on it. I'm going to go to the next chamber and then do the ones that I know that I can identify. But I'm going to show an example of what I think like the more severe ones are though. The lights are on a timer, so it goes off, which means it's an hour timer, which means I've been in here for an hour. So I'm just going to turn it back on. Leaves like these, or plants with leaf like these ones, are likely going to be the more severe ones, right? And I'm not very confident in that it's my first time, and the plants are so massive, so I'd rather have people who this is something that they do often to come and go, okay, yeah, you're on the right track. But yeah, these ones would be extremely severe, so I think on the scale they'll probably get a 4. None of the plants are completely dead, so I don't think they'll get a 5, but maybe the 4 being the highest. See, like this burning on the leaf. Yeah, fertilizer. So I just missed it. It just finished flooding, but it is red because of the iron. So this is where the plants are propagated, and it's on a timer, so it's 8:15. So I guess between 8 and 8:15 it comes on, it comes out through there, and then it sits for a bit, and then once it's finished it drains automatically. So it's cool. So these are examples of what severe symptoms look like. So toxic, you see like this. Oh, the light has changed again. I've been in here for what, 3 hours. Oh, it's back. All right, so compare it to this one. Pretty healthy, right? I mean, there are symptoms on it, but it's not those lines or splotches. All right, look at this one, right? Like, see these, the damage is different. I don't know how to describe it, but see, that's different than that, which is different than those leaves and these ones. So yeah. So I'm done assessing this chamber, and I've cleared the plants, put them in the compost bin, the green compost bin. I'll take the pots over to the pot washing station so they can be washed, and then I'll have to try and get the algae out. I'm not trying to do all that scrubbing, but I'm going to try my best to get it decently clean, like the floor as well. And then I'll let the plant growth operations team know that the chamber is ready to be decontaminated. they'll come in and apply Clean Grow, which is a fungicide and a cleaning agent, and then they'll run some other cycles to decontaminate the chamber. I'm going to use the shop vac. I've never actually used it before, so I hope it goes well. So because in the groves it's still wet, the shop vac isn't doing its job. So I'm going to let it dry overnight. I actually talked to a plant growth member and she said that it's fine, they'll take care of it. So I'm going to go empty the other chamber and then take the pots to the washing station.